Okay, this is a video to try to demonstrate the notching up and notching down functions F5 and F6, or 5 and 6, of the Bachmann Class 25 sound locomotive. It's more complicated than you might imagine. There are two different types of controller. If you have a controller which operates as a trigger, then you have to press the button, the function key, just once for it to activate. If you have one which is latching, however, when you press the button it latches on, and when you press the button again it latches off. And you should count 4, as I've learned from one of the forums online, to operate this effectively. If you don't do that, you end up in some interesting situations. So I'll try to demonstrate this now. We'll start with going through some of the basic modes of operation. Two things which are really important to understand is that once you've pressed a function key for notching, you will find that it is then in a manual mode, and until you get back to the automatic, what I call automatic mode, you will find things different to how you would expect possibly just using the control knob. So a word of warning there that don't press those function keys until you are really wanting to understand precisely what's going on and be prepared to learn about it as well. It's a bit like driving a real engine. First of all, I'll just demonstrate notching up. I'm going to press the function key. I have to press it twice on my controller. This is Digitrax DCS50 from the Zephyr set. So I'll leave the controller in the brake position, which is not forward or reverse, so effectively neutral, and I'm going to notch up and we'll see what happens. So I press the function key 5 and count to 4, 2, 3, 4, and I've pressed it again. You can hear the revs on the engine have changed, and it's made as if it's starting off, even though it's not going anywhere. And there you can hear the revs climb again. We've gone up from basically a tick over rev level to what I would call notch 1, which is a basic chug level. I'll press F5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we have kind of a full speed throttle level. And if I press it again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's gone up to thrash. I'll bring the train forward a bit because it's probably a bit far back from where you are there. But that's, if you've got a heavy load, you can put it into thrash and then slowly pull the train forward, as I'm doing here. Right, I'll stop it there. I'll explain why this is still thrashing, even though I've stopped in a moment. But obviously we were controlling the level of the engine, the sound of output, sound of power as it's called in America in some places, by notching. So I'm going to now notch down, which is F6. So I'll press that twice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, we brought that down to a nice chug, which is quite a nice sound. And we'll do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I might have been too quick. I'll press F6 again. If it didn't take one of them, try pressing the button once if you've got a latch. There we are. It's come down to a tick over level. If I just try turning the throttle now, yes, we are we're in a what is called what I would call tick over level, where it's not in your automatic mode, as I would call it, where the brakes release when you go. At any level above this notch, the brake release doesn't happen. It's only in what I would term automatic mode that the brake release sound occurs. So I'm going to notch down again. 1, 2, 3, 4. That, I think, will put us in automatic mode. If I now increase the throttle, we should hear a brake release sound. I do think sometimes you have to press F6 again. Right, I don't know why, perhaps my buttons are not terribly good. Right. That is now in what I would term automatic mode. If I notch down again, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm now in what I would call, and in America it's called disconnect mode. Even though I've got the forward and reverse lever into a position, it's not in neutral effectively. If I turn the throttle now, because it's in disconnect, it wouldn't go. It shouldn't go anywhere. Shouldn't do anything. Right, I've turned the throttle right up, and there is. Oh, it's going to go, isn't it? Okay, let's try 6 again. No, it's still engaged. Right, it's taken now, I think. We're now, yes, I think we're now in disengage mode because I've got the throttle on full and it's not going anywhere. So if you find your engine not doing anything, even though the throttle's on, that could be the reason. Okay, I'm going to go back. I'll show you now. Demonstrate climbing up through the notches. We'll take it on a notch 1 level first. So I'm going to go F5, 2, 3, 4, F5. That brings us from disconnect into automatic. I'll demonstrate that's the case by just showing if I turn the throttle now we get a release of the brakes. If we don't, it means I need to press F6 because it's either F6 is on or not. Right, press F6. There we go. And that will go. That's in automatic mode now. And I'm going to press F5 again to notch up. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I'll pull away on that because I quite like that level. Once you've notched up to, if you press F5 at a certain moment, it will stop at that level, I believe. So if I want to notch up 2 notches, I'll try to go from there to a high speed level. I'll keep F5 pressed once and it should climb up once. I'm going to go into the fast section.